or SRX, SRX, SSX. Get tricky. I don't know. We're going racing here in just a few minutes as the boys are headed to Stafford Speedway for round number 2 in the SRX series. Excited to be here. Let's go ahead and get it going. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. I am Ryan Peters here, one of your hosts here at Stuck in the Catch Fence. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're ready for a great night of racing. We had a wonderful first night. Unfortunately, the only thing that we could not stop was the rain because Mother Nature has had a lot of rain when it comes to racing here recently. But again, we are back at Stafford. They announced last week that we'd be here for round 2 due to the fact that there has been so much raining in the Northeast area. So Stafford will host another race. Well, let's go ahead and get to the starting lineups for tonight. You will have, and this is due to a random drawing, Haley Deegan starting first with Tony Stewart, Paul Tracy, the Rocket, Ryan Newman, the Boof, Greg Biffle, Ken Schrader, Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez, Bobby Labonte, Marco Andretti, Ryan Preece, Kenny Wallace, and Tony Kanaan rounding out the field. We will have three different types of heats. We will have heat number 1, heat number 2, and heat number 3. First 2 heats are 25 laps. And again, the first heat is due to random order. However you finish in heat number 1 will be the reverse of how you start heat number 2. And then after heat number 2, we will put them both together, see how you did on your averaging finishing position, and the last heat will be 80 laps, and whoever wins that is your winner. So my pick tonight, I'm going with a guy that has run here a ton, who has run here well, and I'm going to go with Ryan Preece. But who are you going to go with? My boy Darrell Waltrip's on TV. Let's go, DW. Alan Bestwick and Darrell Waltrip. Why are you guys listening to me? That's the real question. Honestly, though, I am so pumped to see DW back. I know he's long in the tooth, but there's just nobody better when it comes to getting you excited for any type of racing. So DW, Alan Bestwick, some of the best in the business right there. So hopefully you guys can tune into me and them at the same time. But there will be parts tonight where we go silent and just take it all in for two of the greatest people to comment in motorsports, that being Darrell Waltrip, that being Alan Bestwick. Hopefully ESPN learns a little bit from what they had on week 1. Some wrecks and things like that, different camera angles that didn't necessarily work out. But it was their first time here on the Thursday Night Thunder in 20 years. Oh, my God, got Nat. 20 to 30 years, I think it was. So, yeah. We're excited to be back. Looks like another packed house at Stafford Speedway. And, yeah, we're getting ready to go for 25 laps. Now, last week, the heats, man, and I don't know if it was because of weather or what, but these guys were bumping and banging. Ken Schrader bitched about it because he said that they were way too aggressive. They don't care for their cars or their teammates or whatever. That's not. We want aggressive racing. It's 25 laps. This is supposed to be exciting. You're getting some of these newer guys, that are still racing in motorsports, and Daniel Suarez, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, Haley Deegan in the Truck Series. We want to see aggressive racing. That's what made week 1 so great. And I think we're going to see the same tonight. If we get that type of racing, it'll be really, really fun. So, yeah, should be another great night. I'm excited for it. Let me know who you got. Who you got winning tonight? I said Ryan Preece. He's from Connecticut. This is one of his home tracks, so I'm going to go with Ryan Preece. Getting ready to go live. Cheers. We already have Matt Yoakum telling you last week was the most aggressive race they've had. We got a couple fans up in here. Truex fan said Let's go SRX. Truex fan, thanks for coming back to the channel. You are here very often. Appreciate that, sir. Know that you're already entered in for a diecast. Kind of shifted the scene back here. We got the Kyle Busch sheet metal. We got the Christopher Bell autograph car. Over here, you can't really see it too much, but we got the Tony Stewart autographed picture as well. We got all kinds of autographs on that Pocono Raceway. Nice little diecast here of Kenny Irwin. And again, if you subscribe to the channel, once we get to 450, you got a chance to win yourself a diecast. Jeff Gordon, letting everybody know go racing, and then we got our flags in case we have to use those. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful Thursday evening. Here we go. They're getting ready to announce now that 25 laps or 12 minutes. Only green flags count. 8 full-time drivers collect championship points. Brad Keselowski is a full-time driver in this, and so is Hailie Deegan. All right. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Whoa. Pink. All right. Good Sam. Got that nice Bass Pro Shop. South Point. Showing Hailie Deegan now, who recently had a birthday. Who do you think going to win the SRX race? Truex fan, I think Ryan Preece is going to win. This is one of his better tracks. As a youngster, he's raced at this track a ton, and I think experience counts when it comes to this. Granted, the drivers have all raced here multiple times now. The ones that have been doing this, Andretti, Labonte, Tony Kanaan, Stewart, Tracy. I think, obviously they've been here a few times, but I'm going with Ryan Preece. And we're getting ready to go live and racing here for heat number 1. Here we go. Deegan on the inside, Stewart on the outside, Tracy underneath her. Tracy has had some previous incidents with Hailie Deegan. Granted, Paul Tracy's had incidents with everybody in the field. So everybody comes off turns 1 and 2 cleanly. Still side by side. The low line was really, really fast last week. I mean, they were even racing in the grass and in the dirt, cutting off turn 1 and turn 2. Deegan not nearly as low doing it, but Denny Hamlin had a ton of success there last Thursday. Truex fan says, I've got Tony Stewart winning. That's probably not a terrible person to go with. Does typically run well in anything and everything that he runs. Still 1 and 2 racing side by side. So both Stewart and Deegan. Looks like Deegan might clear Stewart here. No, Stewart comes back on the outside. Oh, we got a spin. Is that the Biff? No, that's Brad Keselowski. And Brad Keselowski spun early last week as well. So Brad gets turned around, and we finally have a caution. Did Brad get... Oh, my God. Look at Ryan Newman's front bumper already. Man. Well, that was in the back. Maybe Marco. Man, it is all stacked up back there. I don't know if you guys saw Ryan Newman's front bumper. It was already tore up. Tony Kanaan was like that last week. Well, 3 laps in, and looks like we were going to race like we did last week. Truex fan, do you enjoy it? Have you been really liking it? Is this your first year tuning in? Did you tune in last year? Got a commercial going on right now as we 22 laps to go or 12 minutes, whichever hits first. See if anybody's talking about SRX on the Twitter sphere. Darian Gillum says no boogity, 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 and he is sad, and I understand. All right. This is my first year watching SRX, and it is great. I agree. I think so. This is year 3. The first couple years, it was okay. It was fun to watch. I believe they did it on Saturday nights, and it was all right. And then the more that it's gotten going, obviously they've been able to get bigger names, more drivers, especially getting people like Keselowski to commit. Haley Deegan's obviously a big name in the series as well. She has a huge following, but I think now we're starting to get to the point where they're really telling the drivers, like, we want to see you drive. The first couple of years, I'm not sure, and I'm definitely not going to say that they were telling people like Bill Elliott and things like that to keep it safe, and Michael Waltrip to just, enjoy your 2 hours here on ESPN, or, well, it was CBS then. But now I think they're really getting into it, and I think it's been a great thing for ESPN to have this and showcase this sport for everybody. And I think it's going to help all of motorsports altogether. If you end up seeing somebody like Denny Hamlin come into this, run his very first race in SRX and win, and you're like, wow, that was really interesting, I think that helps on Sunday as well. And then if you've never watched SRX and then see that your favorite guy from Sunday's racing here, I think that helps too. Because we're going to have Kevin Harvick like last week. Kyle Busch is going to be running in this, and a few others. So, yeah, I think it's been really, really good so far, and I hope they keep the racing like this. I'm not saying that every single race has to have 3 or 4 cautions, but the fact that they're racing hard is really, really neat. So not as a sellout like it was last week, but that's to be understood. And here we go on the green flag. And so far, Deegan has held it really, really tough there on the bottom. Got a little bit loose there coming out of 2. But so far, those 2 have been the class of the field. And there's not a lot of things to change on these cars. It's really like tire pressure. That's about it. These cars are about as even as one can get because they want this to be all up to the driver. And Tony Stewart in his glow-in-the-dark helmet will pull ahead in first place. Now Tracy running Biffle against the wall. Daniel Suarez running that Florida Panthers NHL logo on the hood, which is interesting. Pretty cool look. So Biffle and Suarez really, really battling. And Suarez right now on the outside looking in the NASCAR playoffs. I believe he's 2 points out of the playoffs right now. Obviously, his teammate is in. And Greg Biffle, he races hard no matter where he goes, and he's going to get spun out. Oh, and hits the wall hard. Man. Wow. So Suarez and Biffle maybe have raced against each other 1 or 2 times. And that just looked like Suarez punted him. So they do have backup cars. No, Biffle did come more across his nose than I thought. That might have been just a misjudgment by Biffle. The other angle, I thought he got punted, but from that angle, it's close. It's close, but racing them early. So they're just Matt Yoakum's now letting everybody know that they do have 3 backup cars. So there's only 4 minutes left in this heat. So there's one of the backup cars. That blue one's a backup car. So they got him off the track and should be going green here soon. 3 minutes left. And oddly enough, there's 13 cars tonight, not 12, with Priest being added kind of at the last minute. So there's Priest making his way up to 7th now. Now he's in 6th because they're going to put Biffle in last. Priest has gained 5. Tony Kanaan and Marco Andretti gained 5. And here comes a green flag. So now Stewart will be on the bottom for the first time. Paul Tracy underneath him. And Hailie Deegan does not get nearly as good of a start on the top as she has been on the bottom. Ooh, is Tracy going to stick his nose in there? He will. Man. It's a bold move, Cotton. So Tracy trying to get the lead, moving Stewart up the track. And now coming off turn 2, Stewart will have a run, gets a little bit loose. It is too wide all the way back. And now Stewart looks like he'll gain control coming off of turn 4. Can he clear it? Yes, he will. So Tracy running that very, very low line. I see some smoke coming out of a car. That might be a tire rub. Can't really tell who that was. I don't know who that was. See, that's something that ESPN could do a better job at. This isn't a very big track. So definitely could do a better job letting us know or showing who had that smoke coming out. Suarez gets in front of Deegan. Ryan Priest stays in 5th. So right now, your running order, if you're unable to watch, you got Tony Stewart, Paul Tracy, Daniel Suarez, Hailie Deegan, Ryan Priest, Tony Kanaan, Marco Andretti, Bobby Labonte, Ken Schrader, Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, Kenny Wallace, and currently off of the track right now is Greg Biffle. 1 minute, 10 seconds left here in Heat 1. And everybody's running the low line right on the yellow. And hopefully one of the things that clears up, too, is that there was quite a bit of time in between heats and then the final heat. Hopefully they speed those things up. But right now, Stewart and Tracy with 1 second in front of Daniel Suarez, who's still battling Hailie Deegan. Looks like whoever's been running in first and second has been the fastest. And Paul Tracy was really, really good here last week as well. So white flag is out. Looks like Tony Stewart is going to win it. So you got Stewart, Tracy, Suarez, Deegan, Priest, Kanaan, Bobby Labonte, Ken Schrader, Marco Andretti, Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, and Kenny Wallace, rounding out the drivers who actually were able to run the race. So Tony Stewart will start last in this next stage, but is able to get the first heat win. I will be right back. It is already through 20 lap heat one, actually 12-minute heat one due to a few big wrecks. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Does anybody else's coverage have kind of like this snowy look to it? Just wondering if it's mine. It's different looking. Let's see if this other channel has that going on. It's kind of like a weird snowy look. No, it's just that channel, I guess. That's interesting. So Stewart wins heat number one. All right. So Truex fan, let me ask you this. We're going to talk about this tomorrow night on the weekly show. What do you think about Martin Truex's future? Do you think he's going to retire? I'm curious what you think. And I don't know if you other NASCAR fans or wherever you're coming from saw, but Justin Haley today announced that he signed a multi-year deal. Listen to Greg Biffle real quick. Hold on. Yeah, so Biffle says he came down on him. But no, I don't think he's going to retire. Okay. But no, Justin Haley today, who ranks as a 31 for College Racing, said that he signed a multi-year extension with or multi-year deal with Rick Ware Racing. And I was just dumbfounded by that. 24 years old. Fan, I have no idea. And he said that, you know, he's excited to join the RFK alliance that they have, but that makes no sense to me. I mean, when I read that and I saw that, and I was just like, that's got to not be true. And then I saw him post, obviously, that it was true. And I don't know. The only thing, and we'll talk about this too, is now that opens up a pretty good spot for Shane Van Gissenberg if he decides to come over to the United States, as he speculated, and get a decent ride. You know, Colleague has a relationship with Trackhouse. Now they have an open spot. Like, did they push Justin Haley to the side because of that? I don't really know. I can't. I mean, that'd be pure speculation. RFK right now would have both of his drivers in the playoffs. I think they're doing better, but Rick Ware Racing's terrible. So if Shane Van Gissenberg joins Colleague Racing, that'd be interesting. But then you're talking about two drivers. You know, AJ Allmendinger's 41. Van Gissenberg is not young by any means. So that would be a very interesting play, and definitely, it'd be kind of shocking because we all heard and we said it on the show on Stuck in the Catchment. It's like there's a possibility he does come over, but the question was, where does he go? And then, well, I guess now we may have a clear answer with Colleague Racing driving the number 31. So heat number 1 is done. And now we will have Kenny Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Newman, Marco Andretti, Ken Schrader, Bobby Labonte, Tony Kanaan, Ryan Preece, Haley Deegan, Daniel Suarez, Paul Tracy, Tony Stewart, and Greg Biffle. Because he was not able to complete Heat 1, he will still start in the back. So Kenny Wallace will be running also on a dirt race that they have in Missouri, his home state. So good heat and heat number 1. So Biff will be able to go in the backup. We got 2 laps to go. Now 1 to go before going. Again, another 25 laps or 12 minutes, whichever we have first. The field has been inverted with both Kenny Wallace and Ryan Newman driving the South Point Casino car. So my pick was Ryan Preece. I'm still sticking to it. Obviously, Tony Stewart looked good. Paul Tracy might be a sleeper. He's looked really good here at this track the last few times that they've run here. So it will be Kenny Wallace, the one that gets this one going. On the outside, Keselowski, who's already spun out in this race. Coming into turn 4, and here we go. And a nice launch by Kenny Wallace. He gets way ahead of Brad Keselowski. Kenny Wallace, obviously the brother of Mike Wallace, and obviously the better known Rusty Wallace. If you are not, man, I got like these little gnats everywhere. If you're not following Kenny Wallace on Twitter or YouTube, I highly suggest you do. He's hilarious, but I think he tells it how it is. So everybody keeping in line, except in about the back 7. Looks like Ryan Preece trying to make a move on the outside right now. And Ryan Preece already up to 5th place. Actually, no. Okay, they said that was wrong. So Tony Stewart on the outside of Haley Deegan right now. It shows them running in 11th and 10th place. It's Tony with that light up helmet. Now we got a battle for the lead. Keselowski will get to the inside of Kenny Wallace. Ryan Newman right behind them. You can see the burning rotors of them braking really hard and also the fire out the tailpipe. Keselowski will clear. Now Ryan Newman wants 2nd place as well. So Brad didn't do great last week in terms of the SRX race. So Kenny Wallace goes from 1st to 3rd in a couple of corners. Right behind them, Marco Andretti and Ryan Preece has moved his way up to 5th. And Ryan's been working on the outside a little bit more than others. And Tony Stewart right now being interviewed in the middle of the race. This is crazy. Tony and Suarez battling back and forth. And what's interesting, looks like Tony has his visor up. That's pretty cool, though. See, like, that's something that NASCAR would never be able to do, is interview a driver, especially on a really short track like Stafford, right in the middle of the race. So that's pretty neat. So Ryan Preece up to 4th, now battling to get to 3rd. All right. So Stewart has moved his way up to 9th. Deegan's in last. Biffle has gained a couple spots. Ooh. Got real loose there on the wheel. Preece has made his way to 3rd. Preece right now probably the fastest car on the track in this heat. Showing Bobby Labonte, I believe, the 98 champ. I'm sure people will fact check me on that, but I believe he won the Cup Series championship in 98. Maybe it was 2000. I can't remember. We have a caution due to the fact that there has been no incidents on track, so we will have essentially a competition caution. Stack them back up and see how we go. See what social media has to say so far of what we've seen. One comment is everyone should have to wear glow-in-the-dark helmets in NASCAR. It is pretty cool. Oh, wow. So Pocono has a new victory lane. It was right on the front of front stretch, and now it'll take place in the garage area. That's weird. The Hungarian Grand Prix. A short caution, and we're ready to go back racing. Keselowski underneath Ryan Newman. Priest will be really, really close now, and they'll go 2 wide into turn number 1. The drone footage here. Looks like Priest is all over the bottom of Ryan Newman. And he is going a lane lower and trying to go around Brad Keselowski underneath. Trying to slide in. Nowhere to slide in. We'll slide back a little bit. Man. And I think right now Keselowski is slowing down. Oh, we got a spin. And that will be Tracy, who parks it in front of Stewart. And, of course, Paul Tracy almost in every single incident, every single week. But, man, we had some really good racing there up front. So it looks like they're 3 wide back here. And Ken Schrader, the one bitching about hitting people, it's Paul Tracy. So the guy that said everybody was running too rough, everybody was running too hard, just absolutely sticks his nose in there where he had no chance of passing Paul Tracy cleanly and wipes him out. So imagine that. Still got about 2 to go here before we get some green flag racing. So right now it's Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, Ryan Newman, Kenny Wallace, Marco Andretti, Bobby Labonte, Ken Schrader, Tony Kanaan, Tony Stewart, Daniel Suarez, Greg Biffle, Paul Tracy after that spin, and Haley Deegan. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. I'm glad that you're here. Let me know how you found us. Whether it was on YouTube, just scrolling through on, a Facebook page. Always interested to see how people find us on the channel. And obviously, if you like the channel, enjoy what we have to offer here, whether it's a live stream, whether it's our weekly content, anything, make sure you share it with your friends. And, we're on our way to 500 subscribers, not too far away. So 1 to go. I think we got a pretty strong case of Ryan Preece here. I think he's going to be really hard to beat here in just a few minutes. So Keselowski and Preece. He lives 42 miles from Stafford. 2.5 minutes left to go here in heat number 2. Green flag is out, and it is nose to nose going into turn 1 and turn 2. Keselowski with a slight lead. Now it looks like he'll gain even more. He tries to run Preece up the track. He will be successful in doing so, and Keselowski will clear Preece after turns 1 and 2. Preece is running way lower and is now able to gain a lot there on 3 and 4, but can't make it stick while getting back to the gas. 2 minutes left to go here in heat number 2. Keselowski in front of Preece. Keselowski gets in the dirt a little bit there. Newman, Marco Andretti, Tony Kanaan, Ken Schrader, all single file right behind them. So Preece, again, running the lower, gives a little bit of a nudge to Brad Keselowski, but it's just not enough because he cannot get to the gas as quickly or off the turn as fast as Keselowski. They're pretty even on 1 and 2. Priest gains more on 3 and 4 on entry, but can't make it stick on the exit. Now Keselowski will take his line away. Ryan Priest running 166 beats per minute, according to ESPN's heart tracker. That is a workout. Now trying to run a little bit higher, trying to get a run off 1 and 2. And Priest unable to. Some good defensive driving here by Brad Keselowski, and it's brought Ryan Newman into the fray. So Keselowski was second from last in Heat 1 and has been running up front here in Heat 2. Tony Stewart, Heat 1 winner, is still in 10th place. Paul Tracy has spun out. Haley Deegan occupies last. So not a lot of movement back there. Kenny Wallace started up front, and he has made his way backwards to 9th place here in Heat 2. Priest still underneath. 15 seconds left, so this will be the white flag. So as long as Keselowski runs a good line here on this one, it looks like he will come away the victor. And he's doing well right now. And Brad Keselowski will hold off Ryan Priest, and he will win Heat number 2. And Ryan Priest second, Ryan Newman third, Marco Andretti, Tony Kanaan, Kenny Schrader, Daniel Suarez, Bobby Labonte, Kenny Wallace, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle, Paul Tracy, and Haley Deegan. So there's a strong chance that Ryan Priest may start number 1. Now we will have a break, and we will come back for the 80-lap main event. And hopefully we get all 80 laps here in tonight's main event. Tricks fan, you said you found me and Joe on YouTube Shorts. Do you remember what YouTube short it was that you found the channel on? I'm just curious. Might have to do you a favor and give you a YouTube short on Martin Truex. I don't think we've done that yet. Ones. What in the name of Harry Potter is this? Was you able to watch the couple shorts that we had the last 2 days? Truex fan? Put one of Davey Allison, and he had a horrible wreck at Pocono. And then put one on Dale Earnhardt wrecking at Pocono, where his back slid across the wall. And actually Tim Richmond, the late Tim Richmond, was the one that helped him as he was limping out of his car. So cool. Some cool NASCAR ancient history. It's amazing. There's been some really bad wrecks at Pocono. Obviously, an IndyCar wreck that actually claimed a driver's life, but some crazy wrecks. And you wouldn't think that you would see something like that at a track like Pocono because it's not a track where you bump a lot or anything like that. It's got 3 unique turns, all after 3 unique speedways. The Milwaukee Mile, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then the first one, I think it's a local racetrack in Pennsylvania. I always forget what that one's after. Eldora. I was there a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? It was last week. It was awesome. That's pretty cool looking. Berlin Raceway. I will be at that track. Eldora. Talk about the middle of nowhere. I mean, absolutely awesome track, but it is in between 2 pig farms and a dairy farm. Pretty wild. Paul Tracy being interviewed now. Let's see what he has to say after being wrecked. So Schrader let him know that he was going to wreck him. Oh, you do stop motion? Truex fan? Is there anything like, have you posted anything so that I could look at that? I would love to see if you have anything published. I would love to see that. I have 3 races on my YouTube channel. Would you mind if I pull those up and check that out while we're doing the stream? YouTube.com. Oh my God, can't type. Truex fan 19. 218 subscribers. Nice, man. So if you would have us, if you would have me show one of those, which one would you want me to show? Martinsville. Stops Texas. Rowdy wins at Texas. Oh, you got Rowdy wins at Texas? Why would I not do that? I'm doing Rowdy wins at Texas. All right, folks. This is some stop motion from Rowdy fan. This is Rowdy wins at Texas. Yeah, baby. Look at that. I'm digging it. I dig it. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Rowdy wins at Texas, baby. Nice. Which Martinsville one were you wanting? Trying to find. LA Coliseum. Stop motion at LA Coliseum. Rowdy wins at Texas. Yeah, Zach, we just showed some stop motion, a Truex fan. Not my best. I've done better. That was cool. Hey, I'm going to show Zach because he hasn't seen it yet. So Truex fan, Zach does stop motion. He said it wasn't his best. I thought it was cool. I am not sound at this. Technically sound. So we're going to show S1R4. Okay. So let's look at Rowdy wins at Texas. Here we go. 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 Do the burnout. The only thing you're missing is the bow. I gotta have my take the bow. That's the only thing you're missing. So your other one you said was S1 S1R4. All right, let's check it out. We got time. If you don't like it, tough shit. Here we go. S1R4. Everybody's first time watching this. It's 4 minutes long. Not sure if we'll get all 4 minutes, but we'll definitely give you something. All right, so we got starting line. We're at Martinsville.
Today we are racing at Martinsville. the paper.
Got the NAS. Okay, got the haulers.
Starting lineup. What we're about to show
I feel you.
for today here at Martinsville.
Now I don't have. Maybe you guys have sound. I don't have my headphones in. All right, my boy Kyle's starting on the front. You starting in third. All right, Zach. You're starting in the third row.
William Byron Stenthouse. Daniel Suarez.
So what are the random like stickers and stuff? You gotta tell me what those are on some of the cars.
The 2, the 11, 6, 6, and
Chris Buescher starting in row 10. That's tough.
So you got to start row 10 in the very back.
Oh yeah. What the hell's in his hand? Is that a pizza? I can't tell. All right, we're all lined up on pit row. We're ready to go. Maybe I will narrate this. I've never seen this before. We might need a bigger pit row. Is that Kyle Petty in the 45? We got Kyle Petty in the 45. We're live in Martinsville.
And here, commercial break. Sorry, people are going over commercial break right now.
Today's race is presented by Rowdy Fan 8. Rowdy Fan 8. I have no idea who you are. And J Navy. Praise the Lord. WWJD. We got 6 laps. Oh my God, it's Clint Boyer on the inside. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Losing laps. Now Kurt Busch, the brother, gets up. Alex Bowman shoves the nose in there to get around. Now we're getting a nice live look of. Ooh, looks like we got some burnouts there. The cone. Here we go. Alex Bowman leads lap number 1. Kurt Busch pays him back. Oh, and he spins him out. And he's wrecking. Man, that's a tight Martinsville. Now we got a red flag. Kurt Busch, another injury, another head injury. He's upside down on the backstretch. Red flag. Car's back to Kyle Petty's. He's here. Everybody's here. If Kyle Petty's here, everybody's here. So we got a red flag. Only 6 laps. An absolute pandemonium has break. Oh, shit. We got everybody. The ambulance is here. The fire truck. The tow truck.
Oh, my gosh.
They're spinning them around. They're using the force to spin them around. Okay, got Jack underneath.
Thank goodness.
And they're going to haul Kurt Busch away.
Oh my gosh, we're about to get started back here again.
Tough wreck there. One fan in the stand wearing his helmet. That's me. And here we go. 5 out of 6 laps. Bowman and Truex. I have a feeling Truex is going to win. I mean, he made his way up front. Probably cheated.
Here comes
Truex on the inside. Gets around Bowman. Going through a very, very slow turn 3. Nose is in front. Truex will take the white flag.
I can't believe that.
Truex almost in lap traffic already, now able to clear. Chase Elliott makes his way up front for the first time in a couple years. What feels like he will battle. Oh, Bowman on the wall. Then he spins, he wrecks, and it will be Alex Bowman upside down, turned around, boot scooting boogie with the dub. Look at that. Thought Truex was going to win.
That was crazy.
Bowman's not even doing burnouts. His car's just all jacked up. 2 lug nuts and a glue stick for the trophy.
19
yes.
P2, 9 P3, 14
yes.
P4, 18 P5.
I'm all about it.
20 P7.
The finishing results. Let's see what we got here.
P9, 5 P10, 47 P11, 41 P12, 99 P13.
This is awesome. What's
P14,
our results?
12 P15, 11 P16.
Anticipation's 45, killing me.
P16, 66. P18 1, P19 and
well, next time you gotta give me the results. There you have it, folks. Some stop motion. Brought to you live. Thank you, Truex fan. That was fun. I don't have the ability, the skills, the mental makeup. But a hellacious finish there. We have seen some crazy things at Martinsville. I don't think we've ever seen a car flip upside down and then go backwards to win it. So that was very, very fun. Really, really enjoyed that. Backed into the win. Literally, Zach. Literally, the hack backs his way into victory lane according to the stop motion. But if you don't mind me asking, Truex fan, how old are you? Like, how long you been doing that? because that was fun. Texas Motor Speedway coming out soon. It's going to be my best one yet. Well, I'm going to let you know right now, brother. I am subscribing to the channel. I will be there when Texas Motor Speedway does come out. So you now have 219 subscribers. Book it right now. But that was fun. You're 13. My first season stop motion. Well, that's awesome, bud. Exactly, bro. At 13, my boy is doing stop motion at 13 years old, and Zach and I are passing around glue sticks. I have the white one, Zach has the purple one, and he's trying to convince me that the purple one tastes like grape. I have the white one. I was like, no, bro, this one's coconut. So 13. Well, bud, at 13 years old, doing big things, 218 subscribers. Hell yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Sorry that you have to hear bad language. I'm not going to change. That's your fault for your parents not monitoring your YouTube. But I'm glad you're here. My favorite. I swear to God, the orange crown tastes like orange. That's why it's called that. It's not because it's color. All right. Still in the intermission, waiting. Hey, Zach, did you hear the news? I didn't know if you heard the news, Zach. I know you're in tune with things. The news is that Raymond just tripped somebody. That's the news. You were right. Oh boy. Cheers. Ow, mother. All right, so it looks like we got cars coming off of pit road. So 80 laps here. It's exactly that. Truex fan 19. If you put that in the search bar, Zach, that's what you'll find them there. Oh snap! My boy's got multiples. My boy's got multiples. Zach, did you see that there was a pretty bad wreck at Berlin? Was it last week? I didn't know if you saw that or not. I couldn't tell if it was late models or what it was. But it looked like there was a pretty rough wreck last week. Ryan Preece on the pole. Suarez, Tony Stewart, Tony Kanaan, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Newman, Marco Andretti. Yeah, you're right. I'll be interested whenever I see that. So, Truex fan, Tony Stewart, who you predicted to win tonight, he lives or grew up like 30 minutes away from where I did in Indiana, or where I live in Indiana. There's like, it might be like 40 minutes. It's in Columbus, Indiana. Technically, it says like Rushville, but he's very, very famous for being in the Columbus, Indiana area. And that's like 40 minutes from where I live. My family's worked there before, so pretty cool. He's really popular in that area. It's also the place that Mike Pence was born, which was pretty cool not that long ago, but doesn't hold that same value now. I'm gonna see if I have something, Tricks fan. Have you ever seen him around town? No, I have not. I know one of these autos has to be Martin Truex. I know for a fact one of these autos, actually, it's this one right here. I'm pretty positive that's a Martin Truex auto. But I might have it in here. I'm going to see. Which you can tell when I went, he did win. So he is on there with we got Martin Truex, Kyle Busch, and my boy Christopher Bell. I want to see Ernie Irvan have a. Yeah, Daryl! Woo! Boogity, boogity, boogity. Saved it for the main event. That's awesome. There you go. Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Corey LaJoy, Kyle Larson, McDowell, Ryan Priest. There's Ryan Priest. Ryan Priest in his autograph. Stenhouse and Suarez. There you go. Didn't get Bubba's autograph, thank God. But Martin Truex Jr. did sign. Ooh, Suarez. The boy. Dana Suarez out front. Cool. Cool little keepsake that I got. Probably one of the best things I've done going to Kentucky. I mean, this is like a bunch of truck and Xfinity on one side and then a bunch of NASCAR drivers on the other. So I'll put that right there. If you ever go with me to a race, I will find a way to get your driver's autograph. So Suarez, who's not been up front all night long, currently leads. And you got to remember, there's 80 laps here. Did you get a junior? I'll pin that. I'll pin that, Zach, in case somebody did get a junior towel, since you've always wanted one. Priest battling Suarez for the lead. Ooh, look like Greg Biffle's getting ready to wreck back there. Ooh, Tony Kanaan. Easy. Kanaan in that god-awful, ugly Purdue car. I got a Partitrix car at Texas when he that's bad A. That's awesome. You'll have to find a way to send me that so I can see that. I'd love to see a piece of sheet metal. That's one thing. I mean, outside of this small piece of sheet metal, that's the one thing I don't have that I wish I had was a piece of sheet metal. Man, 1, 2, and 3 run really, really close. Remember, if we do have a caution here in this, those will count towards the green flag, or those will count towards the laps. But except for the final 10, the cautions don't count for that. It's amazing watching how bright those rotors glow. Uh-oh, smoke catching up. So Kenny Wallace has been an absolute dud today. Granted, he's been racing a lot of dirt lately. I do want to say this, like having Darrell Waltrip and Alan Bestwick has been great. I mean, I wish we could get that all the time. And I do want to say, too, that ESPN has done a better job getting to the race quicker. So SRX has learned since week 1. But we had the best entertainment we possibly could have with Truex's stop motion. Got some new people to the channel. Welcome in. Let me know how you're joining us here. Where'd you find us? We enjoy that you're here. If you feel like liking and subscribing to the channel, you can. Also, if you have a Dale Earnhardt Jr. Autographed towel, my buddy Zach is looking for one. It is pinned in the comments. I'm sure he would love to give you his address if you have an extra one available. And if you don't, then you don't have to. Join the conversation. We're having a great night. It is Thursday Night Thunder. Ryan Preece is leading. This guy right here predicted Ryan Preece to win. Truex19 said Tony Stewart's going to win. And right now, Tony Stewart is on the outside of 4, looking in at 3rd and 2nd. Get out of here, Nat. As Suarez and Tony Kanaan battle. Got to get the Satan spawn to bed. I'll try to hop on in a few. Zach, you're good, buddy. Everybody else in here, let me know where you're coming from, man. Who you got winning this race? Obviously, we're getting towards the end of it. Cheers. Thanks for joining. We're almost 25% through the main event. And the drivers are a lot closer nose to tail here in this final heat than they were in the first 2 heats. I'm sorry. I have like these like gnats. I don't know what they are. So if you see me swatting in the air, you probably can't see them. I can. Marco Andretti was fast last week, but not nearly as fast tonight. Ken Schrader told Paul Tracy he was going to hit him, and he did deliver on that promise. Wrecked him earlier. Ooh. Kanaan trying to go down low. And that actually get Tony Stewart closer than it did Tony Kanaan. We have a 4. Oh, Suarez looking on the inside of Preece. Man, look at this. Brad Keselowski's made his way. Guys, we get this race. We're going to have some good racing in this race. We got 5 cars right here within a second. Tony Stewart going a little bit high. That'll get Brad Keselowski closer. And the thing, too, is these cars have had tire wear, and you can't account for that because you don't know, like, you know, did Tony Stewart save some of his tires for this last heat? We don't know that. Who burned up their tires to get to this point in the heat? We don't know that. So there will be some people falling off, and there will be some people gathering speed. Ryan Preece has gained the most positions all night, but he might have used his tires up doing that. So we will see if that comes into play. So Kanaan going to the back of Suarez as Priest goes out a little bit further. Keselowski falling back a little bit, but Kanan right on the bumper of Daniel Suarez now. Truex fans said, let's go, Stewart. And it's fun watching people like Kanan and Andretti. I mean, obviously, like when you're racing open wheel, like you can't hit people. And, you know, they get in these cars. And I feel like at times they've been more aggressive than even the NASCAR drivers have, who are used to using, quote unquote, the chrome horn. So we have a caution flag out. That is out to stack the field. So we will take a quick break. I will be right back. Beverage break. Be right back.
I don't think we're going to find those people on their couch playing video games. You miss the line in the game, what? You start over, you miss it on the track, and you could die. I can do this. Gran Turismo, based on true story.
I did, and actually, a lot of those friends are on iRacing. I just grabbed a different car, and I already drove all of them. Even the ones that I'm not racing just because. But yes, of course, man. We're not just sitting here and waiting for the championship to start in June. We're getting ready.
Doesn't matter what you've accomplished. There's a race coming up. I'm going to do everything I can to get an advantage.
Indy 500 champion.
Yeah.
And he's driving everything he can get his hands on.
Absolutely.
On iRace.
Got the biggest sim rig you've ever seen in your life, I think.
Wow.
All right, we've got some cars on pit road under this caution flag map.
Bobby Labonte is on pit road for the second time here. The right front rotor was starting to not only glow, but it was a little bit on fire. And then he ended up pulling it off pit road. Still a lot of smoke coming from Labonte's car. Meanwhile, right behind him is that yellow car of Greg Biffle. They're working underneath the left front of his. If it's a little farther down pit road, Alan, is that Ryan Newman back there? Yes, it is.
He is one of the two South Point cars. Is that
Kenny
It's
Wallace?
Kenny Wallace. It's Kenny Wallace, yeah. Two identically painted machines, both that start with the number 3 and their 2-digit number. It looks like Kenny's got a little problem. They're trying to address under the back of the car.
I'm not sure what's going on here with the Kenny's car.
Yeah. So Field going to get the 1 to go signal this next time by and see if Labonte and Biffle and Wallace can get back out there. You can lose a lap in SRX competition if you're still sitting there when the green flag waves. But and that old famous saying, the show must go on.
Gotta get it up. Gotta go.
Biffle headed back out to join the tail end of the field as the field comes off of turn 4 and gets the signal. Then we'll go racing in one more lap. So, Priest, Suarez, Kanan, Keselowski, Stewart. No, that's not a good sign.
No, it isn't. It's even worse when everybody's looking down at the right front. What the heck?
This veteran crew chief Rick Wren with the white sleeves on his shirt trying to direct repair efforts. So they added 1 lap to the caution, and so we'll get 1 more lap of yellow, and then we'll see the green. Matt?
Nothing major on Kenny Walsh's car. Basically, the car was just way too tight, so he hit pit lane here, and they made some adjustments to that, trying to get the car a little more free. We're getting ready to go back to green.
Right. so the one to go signal coming out here. Did you know today is National Moon Day?
Really moon.
It was emphasized to me strongly by everyone associated with that Tony Kanaan car because Purdue University had a big role in the first moon landing that Neil Armstrong did. Was that 54 years ago?
Yeah.
So they're celebrating National Moon Day, and they were insistent that that was their good luck charm for tonight. And if TK wins, you'll never forget it was National Moon Day.
That'd be the truth. Good job.
Priest in orange, Suarez in red, green flag.
Oh, now, oh, boys.
Suarez trying to feel his way to the inside and make sure he's clear of Kanaan. He's not quite though. TK trying to stay in there for second.
Pretty darn good.
How about that? Worked it and worked it and worked it and finally gets the second. Suarez tries to cross over.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Got a car off the base on the front stretch. It's Kenny Wallace, yellow flag.
Oh, I come back to a yellow flag. Sorry. Truex fan, I was showing my family your stop motion racing. Ooh, look at the moon. All right. See what Twitter has to say about everything going on today. Because we all know Twitter has all the answers.
ESPN's Thursday Night Thunder, live with the Camping World SRX Series at Stafford Speedway in Connecticut. Under caution, still trying to get Kenny Wallace's car retrieved from where it stopped off the Speedway.
Kenny Wallace just straight up stopped.
Yeah, let's see what Tony's third. Hey, Tony's third is DW. What's going on out there, buddy? How's things shaping up?
Just honestly, just trying to take care of it right now. I think Priest is. I think Suarez is. I am. I mean, I'm paying attention to a lot of guys that are blowing brakes right now. I'm trying to not do that. Take care of the last half of this run.
Yeah, we see really the front brake rotors are really, really glowing red on just about every car. Maybe Priest is not so much, and maybe Suarez not so much, but everybody else pretty hot right front rotor. So yeah, good move, buddy. Take care of those brakes.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks that's easy to be free on entry on the brake. So the tendency is to put the front brake in and like the car on entry, but get some of it a little bit. So we'll try to do this and take care of it.
All right, man. Good luck.
Priest Lightning. That's a pretty dope nickname.
The choose commands from up in race control.
Well, you didn't like it in practice, and apparently he likes it less now.
All right.
Push Kenny's car back onto pit road, and the crew there waiting to see what might be done to get her back on the race. Kenny's going to race 3 more times this weekend, flying right back to St. Louis for 3 big dirt track shows over the next 3 days. So doubled up here with Priest and Suarez running 1 and 2. How about you? I don't know if you like coincidences or not, but Ryan Priest got his first NASCAR Cup Series pole at Martinsville this year. Daniel Suarez qualified second. They're running first and second now.
I think we all want a helmet like that.
It was fun to point out.
The helmet's awesome.
I could see the wheels turning in your head like, what does that mean? Well, I'll just ask you.
There must be more to this story.
Race starts off.
Ryan Preece will grab the lead. Tony Kanaan underneath of Suarez. Suarez gets a little squirrely. A lot of people backed up. Tony Stewart trying to grab some spots, losing one to Keselowski. Now he's underneath Keselowski, trying to clear Keselowski. Ooh, nice. Stewart really gains on 4, and he will clear Keselowski. So right now we got Ryan Preece, Tony Kanaan, Daniel Suarez, Tony Stewart. Oh, man. Newman went way high there and almost slammed into the door of Keselowski. So Kanaan was good last week, did nothing, absolutely nothing in heats 1 and 2, and then finds himself in second place. Daniel Suarez was decent in 1, didn't do a whole lot in 2, and obviously Tony Stewart's Tony Stewart. No way surprised by that. But I predicted Priest Lightning to win it. We'll see. Tony Kanaan sticking with Ryan Preece right now. Both of them running that same line. Now, if you remember, both of them, a lot of people are starting above the white line whenever the race started, and now everybody's back below that white line, running close to the grass. And again, nobody's had more experience here than Ryan Preece. I mean, grew up racing here. Ooh, Tony Kanaan closes the gap a lot there on turn 3.
So coming to halfway here, this is 40 laps down and 40 to go.
Ryan Preece has not won this season in Cup. That would be inaccurate. He started on the pole at Martinsville and was really fast at Martinsville, and then due to some pit stops was not very good after that. But he has not won in Cup. Woohoo! Man, really close there. Again, these cars are very similar, Trucks fans, so it's going to take a little bit of time. There's not a lot of banking. I mean, these guys are literally running on the apron versus the banking. So it is going to be harder to pass because the fastest way around is on the lower side. You just got to wait for a driver to make a mistake or for your tires to be treated better than the person in front of you. And that's what makes it fun. Like this 1-2 battle, it doesn't have to have a pass. It doesn't have to have a wreck. If you really enjoy good racing, then this is a cat and mouse fight to where you're waiting on the guy in front of you to make a mistake. Is he driving, looking into his rearview mirror more so than he's looking through his windshield? And Ryan Preece has raced here long enough not to do that. But Tony Kanaan's doing the right thing. He's putting his bumper right there, putting pressure on. Now he might cool his tires off a little bit and say, hey, I want to give it 10 or so laps, and I'm going to make another run. Kanaan got a little bit loose there. Tony Eury Jr. used to be Tony Stewart's crew chief. Yes, a majority of it is like a bump and run. You are correct. Oh, and there's the mistake. Ryan Preece goes way wide And Tony Kanaan takes advantage of it. Let's see. Yeah, this got really, really loose. And see, that's exactly what we're talking about. Ryan Preece just completely loses it. Did he burn his tires looking in his rearview mirror, looking at Tony Kanaan? That's the type of thing that happens when you're driving like that. And that's good driving. Tony Kanaan's a really, really good driver. I mean, he's won a lot of races in Indy. So now Ryan Preece has a second back. And Ryan Newman goes around Tony Stewart. Kenny Wallace's car looks like it's trying to get back on, which is weird that he's running everybody's line at the bottom. I'm sure everybody would rather him run the top than run the bottom. And now Ryan Preece is fading. Daniel Suarez is catching up. Unless we have like one of the competition cautions for not having anything happen in this race, Tony Kanaan's going to run away with this.
Tony ran 10 of 12 races in the first 2 seasons of SRX. His best finish was a 4th place run. Last week in the opener of this year's SRX competition, he finished 5th and 8th in the 2 heats, wound up having some troubles.
And there's your caution.
But here in this one tonight is the 3rd different driver to lead our main event as the caution.
So that's big. That's really big, actually.
Little less than 30 laps to go. What's it gonna be? Ryan Preece. We got a hockey car in the field, right? Was that a glove saving a duty or what? So he's still up in second, but he lost the lead to Kanaan.
At Camping World, we make seeing America fun and affordable. Take home this new Coleman Liner or Rubicon for as little as $5 a day. Or this new travel trailer for less than $10 a day. $15 gets you a new fifth wheel. And for only $20 a day, you can drive off in a brand new motorhome. We make RVing fun, simple, and affordable. See America for less at Camping World.
I gotta say, guys, like this has been fun. I've really enjoyed doing the SRX stuff. We've had good crowds, good conversation. You know, we've had new people here. This has been awesome. I'm glad that we've been doing this. It's 2 hours every Thursday night. There's no better way to spend a Thursday than to watch some really fast cars going around tracks. So I do appreciate you guys being here.
Thursday Night Thunder at Stafford Speedway in Connecticut, race 2 of 6 for our summer series. Alan Bestwick with the Hall of Famer Darrell Waltrip. Matt Yoakum on pit road. Nicole Briscoe is hosting for us tonight as well. So here we go. As Tony Kanaan,
How do I not get copyright because of the ads? What ads do you speak of, Truex fan? We're getting ready to go back to racing. Tony Kanaan gets a great restart. Truex trying to fight, and this drone cam is pretty badass, by the way.
That would be an NFL. Not for long.
Daryl. Suarez takes away the spot from Priest. 23 to go.
Manners dominated the top spot in this event so far. Finds himself back in third now. As you get a beautiful look at the Speedway from the drone. Here is Tony Kanaan.
So will Daniel Suarez be the second NASCAR driver on back-to-back weeks to come in and take away a victory? So Priest, ever since he hit the wall, has just ruined his car. That car does not have the same speed that it had earlier. I mean, it could be part of the tires. Newman, now you remember this last week, Newman was all ads I live stream on another channel and it did not like ads. I'm not live streaming any ads. If you hear something on the audio, that is not copyrighted. It's just the video. So I cannot show you the race. But the audio is not copyrighted. Oh, Newman all over the back of Suarez. Again, Newman was the one that just came through the pack last week, but Lightning saved Denny Hamlin. So this would be the second week in a row, and he is going to easily get by Suarez. So here we go. Do we have a race? Do we have Ryan Newman with 18 laps to go, which is a decent amount of time, but he is a 1.5 seconds back. Truex fan, how loud is the TV? Can you hear it? Is it really loud when I'm doing this? Or can you mainly only hear it whenever I go away from the screen?
Modified races here at Stafford. He'd get a caution, come in, throw a new right rear at it, be good to go from the back. Not this one, against the superstars. Not today. How about it, Nicole?
So Ryan Newman, 2 laps in, has cut off half a second. Now it's 8 since I'm telling you, Newman's got something for Kanaan. The way that he's gaining speed, he's gaining. Get out of here, Nat! Jesus. 0.7 of a second the last 2 laps. 0.2 of a second gain that lap. Ryan Newman is here to race. What will Tony Kanaan have to do? Now, Ryan Newman's there. Ooh, here we go. And Priest is out. So Ryan Priest, the guy that I predicted to win, he's out. No brakes. It's easy to get to the guy in front of you. How easy is it to get by the guy in front of you? Who's your boy, Ryan Newman? And Darrell Waltrip says the same thing I did. 10 to go.
Always love to hear that, especially if I was pulling away.
A week ago, Ryan Newman in a backup car was close
Getting close. He's there. He can't get by yet, but he's there. And again, he might be having Kanan mirror drive the same way that Kanan had Ryan Priest mirror drive. Oh, he's on him now. Oh, Tracy and Deegan meet again. Man, I'll be honest. I didn't want that caution. I wanted to see those guys go at it for the last 9 laps. I mean, none of these caution laps are going to count, but I just wanted to see some good old hard racing there in the last 10 laps. See right here. And that is Deegan just smashing into Paul Tracy. And they got into it last year.
It was fun while it lasted. How long before you finally pulled it in with the brakes going away?
They went away when I hit the wall in turn 1. Just went down into 1, brake pedal went to the floor. So, I mean, from there, I just kept pumping them every lap, and it just kind of took off. It didn't really have much time.
Dude, Ryan Priest is sweating a ton.
It lasted there for a while, but obviously disappointed because we had a really good car.
Thanks, Ryan.
And these fans enjoyed seeing Ryan Priest give it a go here at Stafford tonight.
Dude, that boy is absolutely sweating. I'm going to kill that bug.
Take a look at where these cars are lined up, and then go back and see how many positions change in these final. By the time we get these final 9 laps run under green,
I got a feeling that the first and second are going to change there pretty quick.
Getting ready to go. Newman, Labonte, Stewart, Elliott, and Denny Hamlin. So the last 5 winners, all different. Newman trying to be the first repeat. Tony Kanaan trying to change it. Boogity, boogity, boogity. They're going to be dead even going into turn 1 and 2. Kanaan shoots down low. Oh, and he goes up. Oh, my goodness. What just happened? What just happened? What? No yellow. Suarez is up front. Newman battling back. This is crazy. And now we have a caution. What the hell is going on? Keselowski, his car is all to shit. Oh my God. That is crazy. Who's down low here? Oh, that's Kanaan. He's done. Let's look at the replay for Kanaan. Oh, the right front. That's crazy. That was nuts. You can see the spring fell out of the car. There's no spring in that front car. I mean, here's Brad. Nothing yet. Tries to go down low, and looks like he stuck his car where somebody already was. So they will finish this race under green no matter what. This race cannot finish under yellow flag. No matter if there's a wreck on the last lap or not, unlike NASCAR. So there is no green, white checker. This has to finish under green. Let me know what you guys think so far. I mean, I'm 10 out of 10 tonight. Last two races at Stafford have been great. I hope we get the same thing next week. I mean, Suarez now leading. Wild. Ryan Newman right there as well. 8 laps to go. Tony Kanaan. Tony says no brakes.
All of a sudden, obviously, we restarted, and when I went into turn one, I think you guys can see that. No, how quick that was, and it was not pleasant. I have to say, having no brakes and heading straight into that wall. But I mean, what a shame. It was going to be a hell of a win. A great battle with Tony, Suarez, Priest, and but you know what, man? I think we proved her here. So it doesn't count. I know I'm not going to take the trophy home. Probably nobody will remember what happened to me tomorrow, but it felt good. Thanks, Alan.
That's fun. I mean, seeing like how much these guys take this serious. So Telly was really, really disappointed, but had a great time, and that's the thing. Like it seems like everybody's having a really, really good time. So we got 8 laps to go. Suarez up front. Ryan Newman on the battle. Out of nowhere, Greg Biffle's in 4th. Smoke is in 3rd. Here we go. Great restart by Suarez. He's not going to be able to clear Newman, though, going into 1 and 2. Oh, and Paul Tracy goes up into the wall. Here we go. The bump. Smoke coming underneath. He gets the bump to Newman, but it's not enough. It slows him down, actually. Suarez with 7 laps to go up front. Oh, Smoke gets a big run. So does Newman. Stewart slows down a little bit. Ryan Newman still there underneath a little bit. We got a battle for the lead. Coming off turn 4, we got Newman going with Suarez. Underneath, here comes Newman. He's going to wash him up high. That's going to allow Smoke to catch up a little bit. Newman will clear Suarez. 6 laps to go, heading into 3 and 4. Marco Andretti comes out of nowhere and is in 4th place now. 5 laps to go. Right now, the Rocket in front. Stewart on the high line, trying to gather some speed, but it looks like Andretti underneath him. Stewart gets a little bit loose, and Stewart will have to give up a spot. Schrader underneath him. Thought they were going to touch. Traffic jam all the way behind Andretti. Stewart washes back to about 6th place. 4 laps to go. Can Suarez have one last go at Ryan Newman? Do we have another caution? Suarez coming in, getting a little bit closer. Schrader now finds his way in the top 5. Suarez there on the bumper. Andretti getting closer as well, trying to take advantage if there is a mistake. 3 to go, coming to 2. Oh, and Schrader gets a little bit wily. 2 to go. It's go time now. Ryan Newman diamonds it perfect coming out of 1 and 2. Gains a little bit of ground. He'll be coming to the white flag. Does Suarez have one last Hail Mary attempt? Does he have the brakes? Newman pulling away. Tries to go high. Tries to diamond it to go low to get speed coming off 1 and 2 for one last gasp. I don't think anybody's got enough. 3 and 4, Rocket. Ryan Newman, who probably could have won last week, was cut short due to rain, grabs the checkered flag in round 2. What a race. That was fun. That was fun right there. Guys, if SRX is this fun all year long, it will be here to stay. I mean, that was an absolute blast. Just enough of his nose to get underneath Suarez. Washes him up enough too. Tony Stewart must have used all of his tires because he was there for a little bit. That was great. 10 out of 10. Good job. Guys, thank you for being here. This has been awesome. This has been great. Plans to do our weekly show tomorrow night. The Rocket, Ryan Newman is your winner. My name is Ryan Peters. Ryan Newman wins round 2 of the SRX. Hopefully you tune in tomorrow night. This has been Stuck in the Catch Fence. We'll catch you next time.